We know media conglomerates Nexstar and Sinclair are not showing Jimmy Kimmel live across their dozens of ABC affiliates. But has this ever happened before? It doesn't happen often, but there is precedent for this sort of show boycott. There really aren't too many examples of this because typically networks know the rules and regulations over what content is acceptable to broadcast across public airwaves. But the few times this has happened, the common theme is disagreement over whether content is in the public's interest. And the FCC requires any show aired across public airwaves must serve the interest of the public. Let's first flash back to 1993, when NYPD Blue first debuted. 57 local ABC affiliates, a similar chunk that we're seeing today boycott Jimmy Kimmel Live, refused to air this series. The general manager of WMBB-TV, an ABC affiliate in Panama City Beach, spoke of the blackout at the time, writing, "The show is very well produced, but the sexual content, profanity, and violence were, I felt, a little bit too strong. I have been in the business for over 30 years and I have never before made a decision not to run a network show. I have received around 600 phone calls congratulating me on making that decision and not more than 5 or 6 complaining about us not carrying it." For 3 years, he continued to air alternative programming until ABC implemented a show rating of TV-14, meaning not for children to watch. Then ABC president Bob Iger played a role 30 years ago in drawing up just how far NYPD Blue could push the boundary. One of the show's co-creators told CNN he set out to push the boundaries of what was acceptable on broadcast TV. And part of that was he and Bob Iger wound up drawing dirty pictures like 2 9-year-old schoolboys, trying to determine exactly how much of the body could be shown. The FCC even tried to impose a $1.4 million fine on ABC affiliates across the country who aired a 2003 episode over a nudity scene. The case went all the way to the Supreme Court, which ruled the FCC didn't give affiliates enough heads up that brief nudity or expletives could lead to sanctions, so the fine was thrown out. Another example of a show boycott by some network affiliates. This time, it was NBC affiliates preempting the show The Book of Daniel, which featured a priest with a gay son who spoke to Jesus. 9 NBC affiliates refused to air the program over concerns the show was blasphemous, anti-Christian, and therefore didn't serve their audiences. The general manager of Little Rock, Arkansas's NBC affiliate said at the time, "Our relationship with NBC always provided for the right to reject programming. Subsequent viewing of the material within the Book of Daniel leaves me no choice but to do my job and uphold the standards of our community." The network ultimately dropped the show from its programming after just 3 episodes. There are also way earlier examples of affiliates blacking out shows dating back decades. Take this example from back in 1973. The New York Times reporting 25 CBS affiliates blacked out episodes of Mud centering on abortion. The bottom line, owners of local affiliates have taken a stance against some show content they found controversial, insensitive, or episodes they found wouldn't best serve their communities. Fast forward to today, in the case of Jimmy Kimmel, Nexstar and Sinclair offered similar concerns. Nexstar wrote, "Continuing to give Mr. Kimmel a broadcast platform in the communities we serve is simply not in the public interest." And Sinclair wrote the show won't return until they're confident it upholds the standards expected of a national broadcast platform. They feel that Kimmel crossed a moral line in his rhetoric regarding the assassination of Charlie Kirk that doesn't best serve their local communities. And as history shows us, media companies can wield the power to preempt programs on their local airwaves, but it is rare we see them flex this strength to take a stand. Thanks for watching our news story. For more stories that matter to you, download the Straight Arrow News mobile app today. For Straight Arrow News, I'm Kara Rucker.